It's as if you've done this before.
You got it. Just try and cover all your bases.
She's a superstar. Of course she's gonna do it. Thank you. Here, Melcie.
There you go. Right. Thank you.
So Mel, like most of us here, I was 14 when you first broke the scene back in 1996. You were a huge deal to most of us, especially myself, you know. What was that like for you back then?
Well, it was an incredible time because it was my childhood dream coming true. I'd always loved music, I'd always loved performing, and to be an international pop star was absolutely the dream, and we achieved that.
Do you know what's the secret behind your success, or was it just fluke?
I think there are many, many reasons why we were successful. I think we had great songs. I think
definitely.
fundamentally, and and I think there was something about the five of us, the dynamic that we share in our individuality and our strength when we come together, that really helped us become, as big as we did.
That's true. The message of girl power went way beyond just for the girls. It was for every single person out there. Where did this message come from? Who created this?
This message was something that happened quite naturally. We first got together and we wanted to be a pop group, and we wanted to sing, and we wanted to travel the world, and we wanted to sign autographs and, do all of those things you think of when you're a kid. But quite quickly we come up against some sexism in the music industry, and we realised that, it was important for us. We had to do this. At the time, we thought we have to do this for the girls. We'd never thought about who our fans were going to be. And we were constantly told that boy bands sell records, boy bands sell magazines when they're on the front cover. It was all about boy bands. Of course, tonight it's all about the Backstreet Boys, of course. But at the time, we thought, hang on a minute. We're not having that. So it became our mission to show them, to show the industry that they were wrong. And so we felt like it was very important. But then also we realised, because we were all quite different, we really appealed to a lot of people. And I think everybody at a certain age, you don't feel like you belong sometimes, and you can feel quite alone. And I think the best message that we gave was that it's okay to be different. We're all different and we all get on, and and we all had strengths and we played to those strengths, and we all had weaknesses and we covered each other's backs, and that was really what the Spice Girls and girl power was about. And it did become people power, and we were really, wanted to empower people. That was our message.
When you were the Spice Girls, I feel you conquered that sexism. How do you feel it's now in the industry at the moment?
Well, obviously we're in a very interesting part of the world. It's a very different culture, and you have to respect different cultures and different traditions. Very much in the West, I feel that, women are becoming, stronger, in the workplace. There are more opportunities, but there's still a lot of catching up to do. But it's been going on for centuries, girl power and feminism and all of these things. But the 90s was a really important time, and I think what was brilliant about the Spice Girls was it made it really accessible for young people. And I think sometimes feminism can be quite intimidating. But I think we just made it more commercial and more palatable in some way.
Let's talk about your individuality. Because you were sporty, you came across as a very strong female. To guys, to girls, you gave that girl that thing that I can play sports, I can be the active one, I don't have to wear that pretty dress. We've seen you evolve into a beautiful woman and a very protective mother. You've been incredible. Is it very important to you to how you're seen or how you influence, or is it just natural?
Well, I think something also us girls realised quite quickly was we had a responsibility, because young people were looking up to us and we were becoming role models. It kind of comes with the territory of being successful and in the public eye. So you know, I just want to be what I deem to be a good person and to set a good example. And of course, now being a mum, that's super important. So you can never be in control of what other people think of you or how they perceive you. But, you know, you are in control of what you do. So, yeah. So
You're incredible at keeping your personal life under wraps. You know, you don't let the tabloids in there. You keep your family life very family-based, and you keep your work very professional. How do you balance that? That's incredibly difficult when you are 1/5 of the biggest talked about bands in the world at the moment.
Well, it might be because I'm really boring, so they're not interested. Or, no, I think it's a mixture of things. You know, I've never courted the tabloid media. I learned quite quickly that I wasn't really comfortable with that kind of attention. And yeah, I think it's a little bit of both, really. I've never really done any. Well, I have done crazy things, but no one knows about them.
Let's talk about your music. You have taken us on so many musical journeys. You've given us 31 incredible singles, 7 amazing albums, and every one has been different. You know, we got the electronic beats of versions of Me, right the way through to the musicals of Stages, which I didn't expect you to do. Mm-hmm. Favourite album, The Sea. Let's talk about that.
Oh, wow, there you go. I love The Sea as well. Well, obviously my first album was Northern Star, and it was incredible to be able to be free and really express myself as an individual. It was my first opportunity to do that outside of the Spice Girls. So that was a wonderful time, and I worked with so many incredible songwriters and producers, and it created an incredible album. And I love music. I am a pop artist. I always will be. But I love so many different genres. I've always, you know, taken from those different genres and put them into my own work. So the first album was it was very poppy, but there was a little feeling of, you know, there was a bit of rock, there was some more acoustic stuff, there's some more dancey stuff. And as time's gone on, I've always felt like I need to do something different. I can't keep doing the same thing, you know, it would drive me mad. So The Sea to me was probably the most similar to Northern Star.
It was very similar, very dark lyrics, but poppy,
yeah,
but never a happy ending.
Yeah. Oh. He wants a happy ending. That was a good one. So, yeah, you know, I always find as well that the subject matter and the things that inspire me to write are usually quite personal, and sometimes that will dictate what style of music. You know, when I'm angry, I want to write a rock song, you know, and then when I'm feeling romantic, it might be something more, you know, stripped down and acoustic. So that's nice of you to notice. It's always a bit different. And my next album, which I'm currently working on, is different again.
Well, we want to talk about that, but in a minute, because you've done some incredible things. You've also done Stages, which was where you went on stage. You did Blood Brothers, Jesus Christ Superstar. You've done amazing things. How do you find that working musically different to being a pop star?
Well, theatre is the hardest thing I've ever done. It is. It's the most grueling. You need to have, you know. I'm quite disciplined as a performer anyway, but theatre really takes that to another level. Doing 8 shows a week in the West End was really, really tough. When I did Jesus Christ Superstar, it was an arena tour, so it was kind of more what I was used to. You know, the pacing was the same, and like touring, and that was so that I felt more in my comfort zone then. But it's a wonderful thing to have had the opportunity to do, and it was so nice in the UK to be accepted into the theatre community, because, you know, I think coming from a pop group, people can be quite snobby about it. And things went amazingly in Blood Brothers, and I got a lot of respect for that. And I think that helped me in many areas of entertainment. And it helped me as a performer as well, because I learned so much. I think all of the different things you do really help you do what you do best.
Okay, so we've gone through your life. We've seen the happy side, the angry side. We've seen the stages of it. Album number 8, what's that got to entail for us? You know, where are we going? Can you give us any sneak preview?
How much can I give you?
As much as you can.
Well, I haven't really made any public announcements about the album. I've been working on it all year, this year. We're getting close to the stages of finishing recording. I'm swerving, answering the question fully. And yeah, I can't give too much away, but all I want to say is it is different to anything I've done before. It's very creative. It's not obscure in any way, but it's been lovely. I've been working with an incredible producer. It's very musical. Not as in musical theatre, as in musicianship. And
don't worry, this isn't going on the Daily Mail later on. None of us are going to tell anyone.
It's fine, I don't care. But it just is. It's a little departure. It's still, it'll be familiar in some ways.
Well, every time you've shocked us, we've always loved it. Even with the EP with Jodie Harsh, very different to what I expected. Great stages. Again, I never thought I liked musicals until you sang it, especially when you sang with Emma. We always loved it. That was incredible.
Yeah.
All of a sudden I became a musical enthusiast. Listen, this week we'll be giving away tickets to come meet you because it was invitation only. I've asked everybody else in Dubai a few questions. Send in your questions to us.
Every single person in Dubai.
Well, I had to cut it down to 20 questions, so we put it into the biscuit tin. So we're going to do something
It's
like
like Family Fortune.
in the 90s with Smash Hits, the biscuit tin. Are you ready for this?
I'm ready. Born ready.
And I put little cute pictures on the back of them.
Aw,
See,
sounds
that's me
busy.
and that's you. Okay, take one.
Okay, so pasta or sushi? Sushi.
Yay!
Do I need to give any further?
Well, if you want to, but
I
not
don't
really.
like a bit of pasta, but sushi's healthier.
Too many carbs.
What's your biggest pet peeve? Litterbugs.
Oh, yes.
Bloody hate them.
Yes.
People just chuck stuff out the car. Just leave it in your car.
It's too
Put
hot
it in
over
the
the
bin when
window
you get
here.
home. Ooh. Would you play you? Oh no, who would play you in a movie? I don't know. Gal Gadot, whatever. Do you get used to being a celebrity? I think it's always a bit weird, but somebody pointed out to me the other day that I have been in the public eye longer than I haven't
Yeah, you
in
have.
my life. That's weird, isn't it? Yeah, but it's always strange. What's on your iPod? My iPod is, like everyone now, I think, absolutely stacked full of
Mine
stuff.
just smells Sin Spice Girls.
Is it? Mine's like, everyone's got embarrassing stuff, haven't they? And it goes like, I've got a daughter, so I can blame it on her. When like I like to move it comes on. Oh, that's Scarlett's. But do you know what am I listening to at the moment? I always find it's a funny time when I'm recording because I don't tend to listen to other artists. I'm so kind of wrapped up in what I'm doing. But I'm loving, well, my little girl has introduced me to, today's chart music. So I love Dua Lipa.
Oh, she's great.
I'm well into Dua Lipa. She's great, isn't she?
Loving a brand new single with John Harris.
Yeah, it's good, isn't it?
It's nice.
I didn't like it at first, but it's grown on me. They do that, don't they? They just creep up on you. And I love, there's some great girls out there. Charlie XCX. And
Zara Larson's great.
Zara Larson's great. Yeah, there's
Yeah.
loads of great girls out there, and I'm loving that.
Mia actually broke free singing one of your songs. Well, Say You'll Be There on YouTube.
Yeah.
Huge Spice Girl fan. And look at her now.
Yeah, no, it's amazing. Oh, who's the other one who I love? Anne-Marie.
Oh, she's great.
Yeah. Advice for your younger self. Someone needs to learn how to spell.
Text machine.
It's a typo. I'd just say enjoy it. I think, life just passes us by so quickly. And my time with the girls, we were so busy that sometimes we didn't really take in exactly what was happening. And it kind of, it was all kind of done in a very short amount of time, just a few years, and it was all over, really. Although the Spice Girls live on
It's
forever.
never over, though.
Yay!
Action never ends.
Yeah, exactly. So that's what it would be. Just really enjoy the moment. When will Liverpool win the cup? When will Liverpool win the cup?
That's my Spice Girls.
Well, they might win the Champions League this year. Yeah. My proudest moment. Well, you have to have two thingies of this one, don't you? Obviously, time with the Spice Girls, but being a mum, my little girl makes me proud all the time.
I thought you were going to say that.
Yeah, just when she's kind, I think, oh, I'm so proud. She's not been horrible for 1 minute. What's your worst quality? I think I'm a bit of a worrier. Is that a bad quality? I'm looking for somebody to answer the question for me. Someone else should answer that question. Oh, there he is. My worst quality, I think when I'm nervous, I get really grumpy and irritable, and people around me get it in the neck. That's not a very nice quality. What song would you like to cover? That's an interesting one. Well, I'm going to be doing some covers tonight, actually.
Are you?
Yeah. Do you want to know what they are?
Yeah.
Yes. No, wait.
No.
These are diehard fans.
So we just start rehearsing.
I tell you what, then I'll tell you one of them, because this is good, because you can all have a little practice this afternoon. I'm going to do Sia, Cheap Thrills. Yeah. So I need some audience participation. Yeah.
Count on us.
You know the bit I mean?
Yeah.
Baby, I don't need dollar bills to have fun tonight.
Have fun, Cheap Thrills.
Yes! You're my crew tonight, right? When I'm up on stage, I'll be looking out for you. So you've had your warning, you're pre-warned. Make sure you're all warmed up and ready. Right. Before sliced bread, what was the best thing?
I've been trying to think of that all day.
Well, when was sliced bread invented? Does it have to be before sliced bread was
Way
invented?
before sliced bread.
I don't know. I might come back to that one. I thought that said oats or dogs.
Yes, it says cats or dogs, yeah.
I'm a cat person. I'm allergic to dogs. Best thing about being a solo artist, that it's all about you. And you can do what you want.
You're honest.
You don't have to compromise. Favourite Spice Girl single? I think it's Too Much.
Oh, that's a great album. Great song.
I do love Too Much. But after the Olympics, Spice Up Your Life has a very special place in my heart. Yeah. Some politically incorrect lyrics these days, but hey ho, there you go. It was a different time. I've got the question. If you were a biscuit, which biscuit would you be? What biscuit do you think I'd be?
Jammy Dodger.
Jammy Dodger. What are you saying? I'm jammy. Anyone? What do you think?
Chocolate hobnob.
Tell you what, they're the best biscuits, aren't they?
Dunkable.
But you can't just have one, can you? Oh, packet. Pink wafers. Yeah. What's the weirdest thing a fan has ever done for you? I can see there's a Melcie inspired tattoo here.
There is.
Which is interesting. Very flattering. But I'd say one of the weirdest things I've ever seen is a tattoo. Please don't take your top off, and this is going to be you. A tattoo of my face. And not only my face.
It depends where.
But a tattoo of my face on the leg. But in an era when I wasn't looking great.